Hello! Checking in on a Wednesday afternoon. Last time I posted, I was home in Lawrence, Massachusetts visiting my family, and I had a lot of fun. I didn't go too crazy over the weekend and over Easter, so that was definitely a good thing. The Sunday that was Easter, I had a little much to eat. We had some friends over here in Connecticut, and so I ate just a little bit more than I should have. But that's okay, we move on. So on Monday, I had a really good training session. And if you watched my last post, I talked about how in my training session there was this one woman who was really negative and sort of, didn't seem to be enjoying training. So I guess she was released. Apparently. My trainer sends out a weekly email, and his email said that he had to release 2 clients. And so I'm assuming that she was one of them because she wasn't in training and I was with somebody new on Monday. But I didn't want to ask because it's not really my business. So I think it just sort of goes to show you that a lot of times the way that other people are perceiving your actions is not always the way that you think you're presenting yourself. And so she, assumingly wanted to get in shape or get fit for one reason or another, and maybe she thought that she wasn't presenting herself that way, but she definitely was. So hopefully, that was a wake-up call to her, and maybe she'll change her mindset. Who knows? So I would definitely wish her the best of luck. She was a nice lady. So anyway, I've been back to work, and today I had a pretty big accomplishment. I did my furthest run that I've done since I started running again. I've picked up running again about a year ago, and I did a 4.02 mile run today, which was really good for me. I walked a lot. It took way longer than it should have, but it is 87 degrees outside, and I don't know if you can hear it on the recording, but all the frogs are all in a huff over in the swamp that's right by my porch, so you can hear them all the time because it's so hot outside. But the weather is nice. It's been great to get outside, and I was really proud of myself for having done that run. It was crazy. The route I usually take, I saved for the very end, and as I was doing that, I was like, wow, I've already gone so far up until this point, so it was really cool. So I'm hoping I'll probably stick with 4 miles as my distance run for a little while, and hopefully just increase my pace and walk less as I do that. So I'm looking into runnersworld.com to see if I can't find some kind of program to help me run. I mean, I'm definitely capable of running a 5K, so I don't need to do Couch to 5K or anything like that, but I'm sure there's some sort of training program that I could use to help improve my endurance for running. I'm looking to hopefully within the next couple months be able to do a 5-mile run. I think that'd be really neat. The furthest I've ever run in my entire life, I believe, was 7.5 or 8 miles in high school. And it would be great to get that far sometime, but I don't need to run that far yet. So my goal is just to stick with 4 miles for now, and just try to make it so that I'm walking as little as possible, even if I'm running really slowly. And then hopefully by the end of the summer, get up to doing 5 miles, which would be really cool. I'm definitely going to try for at least 2 5Ks this summer. There's one, I believe, in May, and there's one in July that I'll be doing for sure. So that's exciting. So the next 2 days I'm actually not at work because I'm taking myself and some of my students were accepted into the All-State Choir here in Connecticut. So I will be at the one of the hotels in downtown Hartford for the conference and the festival. So I'm going to be chaperoning the choir. So I'll be chaperoning a bunch of kids that are in the All-State group, and then I'll also be attending the conference on my time off. There aren't many sessions for choral people, but there's a couple elementary ones that I'd like to see because I do work with an elementary choir too. So I will be going to some sessions, but we're in the hotel. I fully plan on using the gym facilities that they have there, so I plan on, if not running, at least walking or doing some stationary bike. I'll check out what they have and make sure that I exercise. The problem will be food. It's provided by the hotel, so I'm gonna see if I can stock up on some healthy snacks to have with me, maybe a few protein bars, things like that. The only hard thing will be that the only fresh food that I'll really be able to have will be whatever the hotel provides. I chaperoned last year, so I know that the food that they give out is actually pretty good. I was happy with the food, and there's a pretty wide selection, so I just have to keep myself in check. It's usually set up buffet style, so I'll just have to make sure I don't get too much buffet food. Anyway, I guess that's pretty much it. I am pretty much now where I was last week in terms of weight, which is fine, because I did have a weekend of not total debauchery, but there was definitely some debauchery that weekend. So that's fine with me that I haven't lost anything. I'm hoping that by 2 weeks from now, I can be under 180. Last time I posted, I was 181.8, I think. So it would be really cool to get into the 170s. That'll be a pretty big milestone for me. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is a short update for me, 5 minutes and 30 seconds, which is really short for me because I tend to talk a lot. I will leave you with a little peek at my cat sunbathing in the afternoon on the floor. Oh, yes, Baxter, you have the life. Anyways, hope you all have a great week and weekend, and I will see you next week.